Oh, damn it, I missed you guys. We have much to discuss. Let's go.
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021, and this is episode number 275 of Barry on Deck. Holy shit. Everybody's been saying I need to take time off. You got to get some breaks in, Laminack. I missed Friday's show and I missed Monday's show, and I was like, oh my God, that's too much time away from doing this show. I don't know if I could go a week or 10 days on a vacation without doing this show. Holy fuck, I missed it. Like, I genuinely enjoy, it's all the other stuff, right? It's all the work that goes with trying to do a show and promote a show and have a show. But just sitting down for 2 hours and shooting the shit and having a good time, I really missed that. So I'm happy to be back. Thank you guys for tuning in. Those of you that did. I forgot to tweet it out too, by the way. Let me get this tweet going. Fired off. Good to go. Man, we have so much to discuss. I wish I had a bunch of crazy road stories for you this time. I don't. Just a typical week on the road. Nothing super crazy happened. Typical comedy club stuff, hecklers and loud talkers and whatnot. But overall, nothing weird and wild, unfortunately. So I don't have any crazy stories for you. But we do have a lot to discuss. Man, what a busy ass weekend in sports it has been. And don't forget, it is Tuesday. So joining me on the show today, Kristopher Hart joins me for Two Fancy Guys. It's Two Fancy Guys Tuesday, bitches. That's what we're calling it. Before we get into the show, though, we need to get to the chat, because you guys are the most important part of this show. And I feel it is important to give you guys a shout out before we roll into it. So let's see who the greatest deckhead in the history of the world is for the next 2 hours. And that would be Shelby Marchion. Okay, I just tried to make it fancy for you, Shelby. Shelby was first in the chat. Good, congratulations, Shelby. Thank you for being here early and not fucking around like the rest of these fools that showed up at 147. You were here at 146 like a champion. And how the fuck you got Congo blocked by Jeff Bell, I'll never know. Jeff Bell just didn't even try to get first, just shooting in a super chat and Congo blocking the Triple Crown. And Jeff, the jerk Bell, in and blocking the inventor of the Triple Crown, blocking the Triple Crown. I dig it though. But Shelby, thank you for being in early, sweetie. It's good to see you. She did fire off a super chat, but it was not in time. As for the rest of the chat, CC is here. What's up? Hey, I missed the weather updates from Steven. Here's Steven, the weather guy's update. Current conditions at BiffNet World Headquarters, 87 degrees, dew point 75 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, 60% chance I sat and twiddled my thumbs from 2 to 4 yesterday. Well, yeah, I was driving and fucking just bored out of my mind. So I'm sorry. But yeah, it's good to be back. SVG is here. Christopher Mina, what's up, Playboy? Jess. How are you, sweetie? Jesus Perez is here. Jeff Bell. Gone for a week. Y'all let Shelby run rampant. Yeah, they did, didn't they? Holy shit. She got wild. She got loose with it. Total Dallas is here. Mike, what's up, Shock? Hey, don't forget, tonight we are back on Sports Riot Live as well. Where's my little Sports Riot Live thing? There it goes. Move that up, pop that on there. Holy shit, that was too much. Why did that just popped up there? It wasn't. But there it goes. Twitch.tv/Sports Riot Live. Back again tonight, 7 to 9. Me, Shock, and Westling. Continuing the greatest fictional athlete draft or bracket. So that'll be fun. So check us out on that. Twitch.tv/Sports Riot Live. John Dory is here. Who else? Cisco. What's up, dog? Mr. 1%. Christopher Reyes is here. Tony Garza, you handsome son of a bitch. Eric Resendez, Robert likes beer. Oh, man, I missed all you guys. Joe Pro. Justin Swinford, he said, God, I missed this show and that handsome face of Mr. Laminack. Well, one of those, I believe. I believe you missed my handsome face. Just kidding. God damn it. By the way, can we just talk about the fact that I'm going backwards in the weight loss challenge? I gained 3 pounds. Fuck the road. Rudolph Rodriguez, what's up, man? Sanitize, wash hands, social distance. Jen is here. Uriel Villanueva is here. My bad. Ray, what's up, dog? Who else? Rev in the building. Josh Fernandez is here, which is good to see. Nick Gamboa is here. What's up? New streak starts. There's my sweet Donna. Charles Garza. Fidel. What's up, dog? Finally, BOD has come back to YouTube. It's the best I can do for The Rock. Barry, what's up, D-Mata? Barry can nearly do a 2-hour show. It's only 1 hour and 50 minutes. How do you expect him to do 7 hours? I don't even know what that means, D-Mata. Are you saying that because I was 5 minutes late? Hey, fuck you, pal. Somebody ban D-Mata. What do we talk about? There will be no discussions of the host being late. The show starts when I start it. The time frame is just that. It's a time frame. Okay? This isn't fucking terrestrial radio where we got to be like, we're behind on breaks. Who gives a fuck? I don't see you bitching. Nobody makes a comment when I go to 4:05 and we start on time. Okay, we don't start on time, but that's Robert likes beer. Thank you. $1.99 for a 7-hour show. No, thank you for the super chat. Definitely not doing 7 hours. Bro, I would run into Sports Riot. I got yard work to do. I got errands to run. What's up, Clarence? Good to have you back in the chat, homie. What does it say? What does Clarence? Hey, everyone, I'm here, but I thought the show started at 2. Oh, yeah. Guess who just got banned? Yeah. I'm telling y'all. Oh, look. Christopher Mina wants a 5-minute timeout. Charles Garza wants a 5-minute timeout. D-Mata, Clarence. Okay. All you raggedy bitches. Okay. Well, what's up, Noakes? All right. There's Mark G. What's up, dude? Who else is there? Flip P. Jones. What's up, Perry? Crystal, what's up, girl? Tyler is in the building. What's up, Tyler? All right, let's roll. Oh, I missed super chat. There we go. CC said, because I missed you. I missed you too, CC. I'm glad you guys had fun at your birthday thing, though, at the Astros game. That was good. I sent Jen like 15 screenshots. Of what? Of what? What are we doing? I don't know what's going on. All right, let's get to the show. Let's get rolling, guys. We have a lot to discuss today. Holy shit, NCAA rulings. Carl Nassib coming out as being openly gay and still playing in the NFL. We've got NBA to discuss. The Astros are on a roll. And again, don't forget, it's all about two fancy dudes on a Tuesday. We're going to talk to Kristopher Hart about much to do about whiskey and bourbon and everything else, plus Prime Day and all that good stuff. Hey, real quick, I didn't get to do this on Friday. And if you are wondering, yes, we're going to sit on the corner and do some dope at the break. So thank you, House. House timed out everybody. Good shit. Shock said, I'm doing a special appearance at the Barnes & Noble for the next 3 minutes if anyone wants to come by and spin the prize wheel. What the fuck? Who goes to a bookstore, Shock? It's Prime Day, you fucking weirdo. Who's out buying books at a weird-ass bookstore? What are you going to swing by fucking Blockbuster and rent you a VHS on the way? Fucking bookstore, you savage. You fucking caveman. You probably still read the actual paper. Like you get the... Hey, look, it says ribeyes are 2 for $10. Okay. Fucking Shock is weird, you guys. Ugh. I like... I love Barnes & Noble. What? You just time yourself out. Bookstores are stupid. What's up, Quinn? All right. So what are we gonna do? I'm kind of rusty on how to run this goddamn show. You know, you get into a groove when you do this show every day. You're like, all right, I know how this works. I'm rusty. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know where to go, people. Oh, I know what we need to do. Birthday shots, bitches. Hold on. I don't really have anything to shoot. I guess I'm gonna shoot this Bacardi. I really don't have anything to be shooting. But we do have 2 birthdays that we gotta shiz out. So that's a lot of shooting Bacardi is the goddamn worst. God damn it, Shelby, you're the best. Hey, you guys, don't forget, Barry on Deck is brought to you by the AP Law Group. If you have been injured in an accident, or your memory is failing. Just kidding. They don't do that. Injured in an accident, 18-wheeler hit you, maybe a wrongful death of a loved one. Call them, 713-913-GO-AP. 713-913-GO-AP. It is the AP Law Group. They will take care of you. You see how out of practice I am? Thanks, fam. Much appreciated, Shelby and Justin. Much appreciated. All right, here we go. We have 2 birthdays that we need to get to. One was all the way last week. And this is not good that I forgot my brother-in-law. God damn it, Ray. Ugh, the worst, you guys. Last Wednesday was Ray Lucio. It was his birthday. Saturday was Keith Sager's birthday. So I say cheers to you both. Happy birthday to you both. Sorry it's so goddamn late. But still got them in. Happy birthday. Oh, that's actually not that bad. That's that lime. That's that lime. That lime cuts it. That lime cuts it a little bit. That ain't bad. What's up, Aaron? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, what's up, Alex? Hey, can we give a shout out to Alex's son, too, winning gold in his Taekwondo tournament? Let's go! You see, I even forgot to wish them happy roadhead or whatever. God damn, I'm so rusty, you guys. Ugh. I don't know what to do. This is going to be a weird day. Can we all just agree? Having gone and missed, could you imagine if I take a week off, how awkward everything's going to be? All right, so happy birthday, Ray. Happy birthday, Keith Sager. Appreciate you guys both. You guys get anything cool for Prime Day? I bought a little thing for the desk back there. That's what happens, Clarence, you raggedy bitch. You don't get the rule. No one gives you a pamphlet when you show up, bro. You just learn the rules by getting banned for 5 minutes. But I bought like a new thing for the wall. I think I'm going to put it back here. It's just like a little square thing. I guess I could show you guys what I bought. What is this? Oh, fuck. I forgot to take my vitamin D today, too. First vitamin dick joke. Oh, let's talk about the sleep test. Can we do that? All right. So, as you guys know, I went to the doctor and they ordered a blood work, lab work for food allergies. I got to do a poop test and a sleep test. Excuse me, that shot is making me burp. So blood work came back. Everything's great, except for I got to take vitamin D. So I got to do that. What's up? There's the birthday boy right there. Both birthday boys in the building. I like to see it. So from that regard, we're good. I did the poop thing. I shit in the hat and I put it in the vials and I took it up there. The food allergy hasn't come back yet. And then last night, I did the sleep study for the first night. It's fucking awkward. I don't know. It was like you got shit in your nose, not like actual shit in your nose, but you got these things and then the thing and, well, I didn't need to do that. And then you got the thing. It wasn't good. I got to do this shit for 2 more nights. You do it for 6 hours. I look like I've been in a car wreck because I'm laced up to all this shit. And then Spencer starts chewing on the cords. So it wasn't a good day. It wasn't a good night of sleep for old Laminack. No, I didn't take any pics, Donna. No, I'm naked with my big fat titties out and a Garmin belt like here, like I'm monitoring my heart rate, and I look like Nora set up a triage unit in our fucking bedroom. And let me tell you what my wife said. Let me tell you what my wife said when I was like, hey babe, I gotta do my sleep study over the next 3 nights. She was like, oh, you do? I was like, yeah. She was like, are you gonna do it in the other room? What? She's like, is it loud? You're going to kick me out of my own bed? She's like, well, I don't know. I mean, is it loud? What does it matter? I'm your husband. It's quiet, though. I probably would have went into the other room. Clarence said I did my sleep study in one night. No, it says 1 to 3 nights. So I'm going to do 3 nights because I don't want to do this shit again. And it's annoying as fuck. No, Perry, I'm not taking pics of me and my sleep study get up, okay? You don't get titty pics. You got to join my OnlyFans for that. How did Nora get along with Spencer while you were gone? Well, apparently it went fucking great. Apparently we're keeping Spencer and I don't get a choice. She's like, oh no. Oliver loves Spencer and I love Spencer. I'm like, well, I'm lukewarm on Spencer. He's cute. He's a little fucking rambunctious. But apparently, I guess we're keeping the cat. Crystal said, did they put the hat with wires on your head? No hat with wires. It's done at the house, right? So it's like the little, like you ever had like one of those heart monitors while you work out that goes around your chest? It's one of those. It's this fucking mask looking thing that has these 2 tubes that go up your nose and then down your lips. That was the worst part, if I'm being honest. And they're like, oh, well, that's what a CPAP machine is. It's just got these 2 tubes that go up your nose. I'm like, that's not going to help me sleep. It drove me fucking nuts. And then they have this little thing on your finger that monitors, I guess, your heart rate or what. I don't know, blood pressure. I don't know what the fuck it was. It's pretty bad. Okay, let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Where's my goddamn, what does the goddamn line say, Tony? Oh, Prime Day. I was going to show you guys what I bought for Prime. Let's see. Amazon Prime. All right, we're going to get to sports too, I promise, because we do have a lot of sports to discuss. But I'm going to show you guys, my order. Where's the fucking, there we go, orders. So I had to reorder a ring light. I bought a new ring light, and then the one I got was broken, and then they put this bitch on sale. So attention, all streamers. I don't have a, let me see. Attention, all streamers. So I bought an Elgato ring light, and when I got it, it came while I was on the road. I opened it up this morning. The fucking pole wouldn't extend out. I couldn't raise this sumbitch up. So I was like, well, I'm returning this. So I go to the Elgato website, and it's on sale for Prime Day. What's my bra size? I'll ask your mom. She knows. Raggedy bitch. Huh? Yeah. Go fuck yourself. Crystal, you did a sleep study for 66 hours? No, I'd have just said, fuck this shit. I'll just die in my sleep. I don't give a fuck. Here's what I ordered. So this was my Amazon Prime orders. Let's see here. Boop, boop. So this was one. You could, here's the trick for streamers. If you want a, yeah, see, that's how you got to do it. Yeah. I don't fuck around. I'll do a mom joke. I don't give a fuck. Ask your mama, bitch. So, okay. So this, if you're a streamer and you need a ring light, go to elgato.com, and then it says, what are the products that they have on sale? You choose United States. Just go to elgato.com. Okay. And then it'll take you here. Cause normally, if you can't see, normally this ring light is $173.99. I got it for like $140. So it's normally $199. It's on sale for $173 at Amazon. And then if you go to elgato.com, which, hold on, I'll show you. Let's see, elgato.com. Because I know we got a lot of streamers out there. All right, I know. So let's see. Let's go to Discover. Select your. So I'm on elgato.com right now, just so you guys are aware. Here we go. Ring light. Choose buy now. And then it takes you. What the fuck? I guess, maybe because I already bought it. But then it'll take you, and it'll be like $139 or some shit. Okay? So that's how that works. Just go to elgato.com, and it'll let you do that. So because view or edit order. Oh, no, I paid $173.99. That's what it was. Yeah, I got like 35 off. $173. Okay. I thought it was like $139. That would have been a really good deal. My $40 ring light. No, this is a massive. I had a $40. Like, this is the old ring light. Where did it go? Oh, it's all on the ground. What the fuck? See, like this, Katie, this is the old ring light that I had. So, like, this is the old ring light, right? So, the Elgato ring light is like 3 times this size, and you can control it with your phone, and it does all kinds of shit. That one broke on me pretty quick. Got mine for $1.79 on Wish. Holy fuck. So that's the Elgato. And then the other thing I got was this bad boy right here, which this is like a pixel display that you can change and do. So I'll put like the Barry on Deck logo. I can do whatever. And it's animated. So it's pretty dope. But it's a 32 by 32 screen. So I'm going to put this on the back there. And yeah. And you can program it and put whatever you want. So I can pick, pictures of Oliver, whatever. That's whatever. So that's what I got. That was the only 2 things I bought on Amazon Prime Day. El Goto. Nice. You got your El Goto. That's good. That'll last. Man, I could go to Trader's Village and get the same light for $40 and still have enough for micheladas. No, it's not the same. It's not coming directly from Elgato. Yes, with your phone. Okay, the Pixel thing is cool. You guys, I'm super cool. Like, I'm just so rad. All right. But I don't know what else is on. Have you guys, what did you guys get? Buy a light bulb for Oliver's picture. So the ones Nora bought that are supposed to go back there on this little picture, they fucking die after 1 day. All right. So it just doesn't get lit up. Eventually, maybe I'll put a light on there or some shit. It's whatever. What's up, Matt Pochette? Good to see you, buddy. Need a picture of Oliver and Spencer. Let's see. Oh, I have pictures. Just like ones that, okay, hold on. So Nora has sent me a shit ton of pictures of these two. While I was gone. By the way, this was Oliver today. I was laying in bed trying to work. I like to get on the laptop and just work in bed. This was Oliver today. Let me see. Let me make sure there's no incriminating evidence in here. Oh, yeah. You guys are going to analyze the shit out of this, but it's whatever. This was today. This was me trying to work this morning. This is me. At least he missed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least my cat was like, hey, bro, missed your stupid fucking face, you dumb bitch. Yeah, work from bed is my favorite shit. Work from bed. Oh, I love that shit. So this is Oliver. He does look high as fuck. No catnip or at all. Yeah, listen, there's a lot of work going on this laptop, CC. All of the members of Patreon should get a picture of Oliver and Spencer. I like how D-Mata thinks he runs shit around here. How about you shut the fuck up, D-Mata? You don't get to choose. He is a handsome boy, isn't he? God, I love this fucking cat. White Magic said, bro, you've got a fridge in your bathroom. All right, I knew this was going to bring up discussion, so let's just get it over with. God damn it. So if you used to listen to the usual suspects on ESPN, you heard Nick and Joel making fun of the fact that I had a coffee maker in my bedroom. And it's true. All right. So if you look to the right of Oliver's big ass, look at those ears. Look how big this fucking ears are. So yeah, so the right over there, that's the entrance into our bathroom. And you can see we got a little mini fridge. We keep water and Diet Coke in there. And then right above that is the coffee maker. And then it's got a little sink to the left of the coffee maker. So yeah. We have a coffee maker and a little mini bar. It's like a little mini bar, like a little coffee bar. That way you don't have to fucking leave. It's dope. Like I never have to leave the bedroom. I wake up in the morning and she'll either start coffee for me or I'll just get up, go right there, make coffee. At night when you're like, I need some water. You don't have to go to the kitchen. It's right there. Just go get you some water. Never more than 20 feet from a Diet Coke. Buddy said, damn, personal Holiday Inn and shit. No, look, like, okay, let me explain something, you guys. When we built this house, when we designed it, I was working in IT making really good money. Like I made really good money. And Nora was a nurse. We had more money than we could spend. It was great. That is not the case now. It is a monthly like, ugh. Let's hope we keep the house. But when we built it, we had the opportunity to design it however we wanted. And I drink a lot of coffee in the morning. So that's exactly right. That's why I don't get my steps. I literally got out of bed today at 1 p.m. Literally 1 p.m. So that's how it happens. Now, you guys wanted pictures of Oliver. So here is a picture of Spencer by himself. You probably saw this on the Twitters or the Instagrams, but that's good old Spence by himself right there. And then if you want one of the two of them, Nora sent me a shitload while I was on the road. No, I don't love being on the road that much. So this is the two of them. I don't know if you saw this one or not, but this is the two of them together. Look at that. Now, you want to know the ironic thing about this? So, Spencer, the guy on the right, loves to fuck with Oliver's tail. Like, he chases his tail all day, every day. Like, nonstop fucking with his tail. And then when he fell asleep, somehow Oliver's tail ends up on his fucking face, and he doesn't even know it. It's pretty fucking hilarious. But yeah, they're pretty goddamn cute. Apparently, while I was gone, they slept on my side of the bed. Hold on. And there's Oliver, Spencer. He's pretty fucking cute, man. And then this happened while I was gone too. So Spencer was sleeping on Nora's chest and then got up and went in there and cuddled inside of Oliver there. Got inside the little, Oliver's already asleep. So Spencer got in there and cuddled up with him. So it's going well for those two. I'm still not sold on Spencer though. What do you want from me? That's the goddamn truth. All right, let's talk some sports, shall we? We do have a lot of sports to discuss. First and foremost, so this, I dare say that this news might be the biggest news in the NFL, maybe in sports, in a decade. Carl Nassib, if you didn't hear, Carl Nassib, current, what does he play? D lineman, linebacker? I forgot. What is he? He is a defensive end, D lineman. Carl Nassib, the gentleman on your screen, made an announcement over the weekend, maybe yesterday, in fact. Yeah, it was Monday. That, well, you know what? I got it for you. So let's just start with his announcement and then we shall discuss. Check this out.
What's up, people? I'm Carl Nassib. I'm at my house here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Just want to take a quick moment to say that I'm gay. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but I finally feel comfortable enough to get it off my chest. I really have the best life. I got the best family, friends, and job a guy could ask for. I'm a pretty private person, so I hope you guys know that I'm really not doing this for attention. I just think that representation and visibility are so important. I actually hope that like one day videos like this and the whole coming out process are just not necessary. But until then, I'm going to do my best and do my part to cultivate a culture that's accepting, that's compassionate. And I'm going to start by donating $100,000 to the Trevor Project. They're an incredible organization. They're the #1 suicide prevention service for LGBTQ youth in America. And they're truly doing incredible things. And I'm very excited to be a part of it, to help in any way that I can. And I'm really pumped to see what the future holds. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a great day. Work hard. What's up, people? I'm Carl now.
Yeah, so that was his message yesterday. And this is pretty big news, right? Like, and I'm not speaking. I'm not trying to overblow this. Like, hey, this is the biggest news in a decade. Because here's the thing: first of all, it's a sad statement on the current state of this country that someone's sexuality is such a big deal to people that this is necessary. I mean, just in my opinion. I mean, the fact that we have to, could you imagine if you had to come out as a Christian? Just think about that for a second. For those of you that are like, why the fuck do we have to listen to this? Why does he have to come out? Because he's been persecuted. The LGBTQ community has been persecuted in this country. Many people call it a sin for them for their sexuality to exist. I mean, like, this is the state that we're in, is that he has to come forward and say, hey, just so we're clear, when it comes to my private life and what I do in my own bedroom, I have to tell you guys I'm gay, because I need people that are also gay to understand there's representation for them all around the world, and that it's normal and that it's okay. So this dude has to come out and do this because we have, as a society, made it so that it doesn't seem okay. A lot of people have, not all of us. But I just want to say, for those of you that maybe look at this and go, why do we have to hear this? Why does he have to come out and say this? There are places in the world where you have to come out as a Christian in Muslim countries. There are places in the world where you have to come out as another religion. There are places in the world, like the U.S., that you're still looked at differently because of your sexuality, because of your sexual preference. So when I say it's a big deal that he did this, when you think about what the NFL is, it's a man's sport. It's a man's game. Manly, man. Big, tall, strong, tough guys. Oh, America, man. And you have a dude who is comfortable enough with himself and willing to come out and let people know, let other football players know, let other boys and men know that it is okay to play a man's sport and be proud of your sexuality. That's what this is about. That is a really big deal. And I think that a lot of people have come out and said, man, I cannot wait until the day when this doesn't matter. And I wanted to say this very clearly. It's not that your sexuality doesn't matter. It just shouldn't matter to anybody else. Those of us that don't give a shit, it's the right mentality. Like, I don't care if he's gay or not. That's his choice, his preference. If I'm an Oakland Raiders fan, all I care about is he a good football player. What he does in his bedroom isn't my business, and I don't give a shit. I'm not judging that man because of who he loves or what he loves. But not everybody's there yet, and that's why this is important. And that's why this is such a big story. And there are going to be a lot of people. They're going to unfollow me. They're going to stop. I'll never watch the NFL again. And eventually those people will die and go away. And this country will slowly progress towards equality, towards a time when differences don't fucking matter. What matters is how he plays on the field. The rest of it is none of your fucking business. But I applaud him because he felt like, listen, I want to come out and say this not just for me, but I want to come out and say this for people that need to hear this, because there are a lot of people that needed to hear that. So I was stunned in a wonderfully happy way that he did this, because I thought, that's the last. All right, so we've seen that. I mean, I don't think we've really seen it in baseball. We had in basketball. Michael Sam came out pre-draft, but he never made a team. And I think even when you think about sports, let's be honest, when you rate the sports, when you rate football versus baseball versus basketball versus any other sport, football is considered the manliest of sports. It's just, it's testosterone and muscles and, So for a man to be openly gay in a sport played by dominated by and watched by manly men. It's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal. And Clarence said, look, I wish, Barry, but I don't think this will happen in our lifetime. Let me explain how this works, Clarence. Let me explain how this works. Progress and people evolve. So the progress that this country makes over the years, we started off as a slave nation. We started off as a nation built on slavery. And if you would have talked to people in the 1700s or the 1800s, they would have told you, I don't think this is going to change. I don't think this will ever change. But things do change. And what it takes younger generations with a different mentality than the mentality of the people that are currently running this country, that are currently have a voice. But these younger generations are so much more accepting of each other, are so much more accepting of race and religion and sexual preference. As those of us that are older, and I mean, I'm talking people in their 80s and 70s and 60s that still hold on to those disgusting beliefs of inequality. They're going to die soon. And this sounds really shitty, but our country will be better for it. That is just a fact, ladies and gentlemen. You can say that's fucking mean. You can say that is wrong. But all of these people that look at folks who are in the LGBTQ plus community of a different race or of a different religion and think that those people are inferior, those people will be dying off and going away. And newer generations that don't believe that will be coming behind them. And that will make this country so much better. And we will continue to evolve as a country. Because I promise you, there's always going to be people that are persecuted. There's always going to be people that are different. And there's always going to be people that you don't like for whatever reason or somebody doesn't like for whatever reason. But in general, as our country evolves, these things don't become an issue. And I get it. I get it. Some of you maybe aren't fully comfortable with this. I just want you to ask yourself, think about why he has to do this. Think about that. I'm not telling you to be okay with it. I'm not asking you to change your beliefs. You believe what you believe. I'm not going to judge you for that. I mean, I may disagree with you. I'm personally proud of the guy. I'm also sad for the guy. And I'm sad for every other member of the LGBTQ plus community that feels like this has to be a thing. Again, I'll go back. Could you imagine if you had to come out as straight? Could you imagine if you had to come out as a Christian? Could you imagine if you had to come out as whatever? I mean, if this had to be a thing, that's why this is so significant in sports. So, good for him. Let's be real. Whether you agree with it or disagree with it, you have to at least acknowledge the bravery that it takes and took to make that announcement. Pretty big deal. And it's good to see people like Saquon Barkley and Julian Edelman and the NFL and the Raiders coming out and saying, hey, and JJ Watt, hey, good for you. We support you. And then everybody to a person has said the same thing. Everybody to a person has said, maybe one day, this country can get to the point where it doesn't matter. It's not necessary to do this because no one gives a shit. Everyone's accepted for who they are. And the crazy thing is this. The crazy thing is it's always the people, it seems like, that are like, America, we're all Americans, one country, one love. It's all America, unless you're this or that or this or that or this or that. And then you're fucking weird. Get out of my America. It usually seems like it's these people that are super pro-America that hold those beliefs the tightest. Well, I'm super pro-America. And I don't give a fuck what color you are, what religion, who you vote for, your sexuality. All I care about is, are you an asshole? Just don't be an asshole. Maybe one day that'll be the big thing. Maybe one day there'll be somebody that's like, hey, I just want to let everybody know I'm an asshole. And then everybody's gonna be like, well, we still support you. So I don't know. Yeah, that's my point. It seems to be, and then, watch, I bet you after the end of this show, my subscribers are going to drop. Guaranteed, folks. Guaranteed. Anytime we have to have a conversation like this, people get upset. I don't believe in that. I don't want to hear that. I want to live in my vacuum and not have just a regular ass conversation and maybe even hear an opposing viewpoint. So before you leave, if you plan on unsubscribing, I'll just tell you, hey, thanks for being here while you were. I hope one day you can just open your mind a little bit. I'm not asking you. No one says you have to go out and, hey, the only way to do this is be gay. No. Just open your mind a little bit. That's it. That's all it takes. Or die. Just get the fuck out. Just die. All right, so props to Carl and Nassib for you. Look, and there are people. I saw Cece earlier say something about hero. I don't know that I use the word hero. I think people did that with Michael Sam, and then of course other people got mad because he kissed a dude and ate cake on draft day. It's not even about hero. I'm going to make sure I say this right because I don't want to, words are important when it comes to these conversations. It's not the fact that he's a hero. It's the fact that he is brave enough to say his truth in an environment and in a society where that truth isn't always accepted. It's not heroic. In my opinion, it's brave. It's really brave. Would I do it if I was a member of the LGBTQ plus community? Would I be able to come out as an NFL player? Would I be able to come out as a actor or radio guy or comedian? Probably not. Probably not. I don't know. I don't know. I've never had to fight that. I've never had anyone judge me and not like me for my sexuality. I've had them judge me and not like me for my opinions. Okay. But I've never had anyone judge me and not like me because of who I loved. Imagine that. You're judged based off of who you love. We still got a lot of work to do, folks. And this is why it's important. I do want to get some of your chats in here, as long as they're not ugly or disgusting or mean-spirited. I fear soccer will be the hardest to adjust. You think so? I don't think we've had anybody openly. So I know we've had basketball and football. Baseball we haven't had. MLS we have had. But maybe world stage soccer is a different one. Amos said on a lighter note, what are the odds his boyfriend told him he's going to the home games this year, so he better let people know. I doubt it. I think he understands the significance of that. Let's see. I'm just trying to find some of your chat messages. I want to make sure that you guys have a say in this as well. Yeah, the kids are all right. The next generation is bucking against hate hard. Yeah. Think about that for a second. We still have people in our generation. I'm 47 years old. We still have people that don't like other people for their race or religion, but those numbers dwindle every decade, every new generation that comes along. When you look at us and our generation compared to our parents, and then you look at our parents compared to their parents, and so on, eventually the hate will die. That's just a fact. Let's see. What does I see here? Crystal said, but there are a lot of small town minded people. Should I still get looked at crazy for having mixed kids? Yeah. No doubt. Mark said, half the time in the South, I'm worried of saying I'm not Christian. Okay. I'm going to go to the store before Kristopher Hart gets here so I can drink along. There you go. I love Gruden's comment on the situation. I didn't see that. Inclusivity starts with separation of church and state. I don't know. I think inclusive. I think when it comes to church and state and all that, I think church needs to be a little closer to the Bible and a little less allowing politicians to tell them what their religion is. Just my opinion. I think the problem we see isn't the association of church and state and politics. It's the politics that's invaded religion. If that makes sense. Just my opinion, though. Just my opinion. I think more people would rather read from a political manifesto of a party versus the words in the Bible. Just an opinion, folks. Okay, Flip. He is a D end. Okay. It's all America unless you don't look and think like me. That is true. Clarence said, I hope this encourages more to be open. I think it will, Clarence. I think that's the thing that you look at when a guy like Carl Nassib comes out and says this. I think other NFL players are going to sit back. They're going to watch the reaction. And some of them that may be either gay or bisexual or queer or whatever it is may look at this and say, you know what? The reaction wasn't as bad as I thought. And maybe what they do is they pull him aside. Hey, Carl, I'm thinking about speaking my truth to encourage others to do the same so that we can get past this as a country and it just be okay to love who you want to love. What has it been like for you? Has it been difficult? Do you regret it? It's so sad that those conversations have to take place, but that'll be the next phase of this. There will be players because trust me, if you think Carl Nassib is the only actively gay NFL player, you are fooling yourself. And this is why it was so significant and so important for him or anyone to come out and say it so that others feel comfortable enough to do the same. And then we can just get past this. Because there are those of you that are going to see this and hear this and watch this and read this and see it on ESPN and hear it talked about during the season. And you're going to say, why are we making a big deal out of this? And it's because you're making a big deal out of this. That's the fact. Tyler said, I'm an officer, but men like this are the true heroes needed to make a difference and show people that no matter what position you're in, you should be able to be proud and comfortable with who you are. Well, Tyler, I appreciate that. I think, again, bravery we can speak of. I'm going to tell you, Tyler, I think officers like yourself, I think firefighters, I think military, those are heroes when they do heroic shit. Now, just being a police officer, I don't think necessarily makes you a hero. It makes you brave. Coming out as gay in the NFL makes you brave. Heroic is different to me. Maybe not you guys, and you guys might disagree with me. But if a firefighter rushes into a burning building to save a life, that is heroic. If a police officer stops a bank robbery or a murder or a crime, that is but just being an officer, just being openly gay, to me doesn't make you a hero, but it does make you brave because you're willing to do heroic shit. Does that make sense? Just my opinion on it, because I think that people are going to get hung up on that. The other side of the argument is going to be like, oh, everybody wants to call him a hero. Not everybody. But you have to admit that what he did was brave. Because to me, heroes are guys that go off to war and defend people's freedoms and fight for this country and other countries to live free and democratic. They're the ones that rush into burning buildings. They're the nurses and doctors on the front line of a pandemic. Those are heroes. Those are the police officers, the medics. I mean, in my opinion. So I just hope that, again, it's my opinion. I can't wait for Aaron Rodgers to come out. Shut up, Mark. Heroism is in the eye of the beholder. Yeah. Sorry, I'm late, Barry. What's up, Terrence? What's up, dog? Donna said, anyone could be a hero. Heroes has many definitions to each of us. True that. Tyler said, it's true, Barry. I just mean in the sense of coming out in his position, he could have saved lives for those bottled this up. That's a fact. That is true. That's a great point, Tyler. Think about how many lives he might have saved. Think about how many guys who were NFL players or wanted to be NFL players, young men who are contemplating suicide because they're like, damn, I love playing football and I'm proud to be gay, but I just can't be both. For whatever reason, we live in a society where I can't be myself. I don't want to do this anymore. And if you don't think that that doesn't happen, you're fooling yourself. Regardless of what you think politically or otherwise, there's a reason that, what is it called? Is it the Trevor Foundation? Uh-oh, what just happened there? There's a reason that the Trevor Foundation exists. They said that suicide rates and suicide thoughts are much higher with those that live in the LGBTQ plus community because of the way that society views and persecutes them. If it was okay to be gay, there wouldn't be the need for those types of foundations. There wouldn't be the need for Carl Nassib to come out and be brave enough to say who he is so that others can see that and be like, well, if he can do it, I can do it and it be okay. So, what happened? Oops, made some points as Tyler. Oh, agree, Shock. He's coming out, can save a young person struggle from suicide and troubles. Heroes are dependent to who views them that way. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Noak said, Flip, because football is full of machismo. Just remember Michael Sam and the hate he got when he came out. Yeah, that's true. Remember everybody was like, well, okay, Michael Sam's gay, blah, blah. But then when he kissed his partner, I mean, don't get me wrong, the cake seemed a little weird, you know? But it wasn't until let's be honest. Let's be honest, chat. And everyone watching this. It wasn't until he kissed his partner live during the draft when people lost their shit about it. But if he would have kissed his wife, nobody would have cared. If he would have smashed cake on his wife's face and kissed his wife the same way, nobody would have cared. And that's why this is important. I saw Andy Huggins in the building. Role models are so important. They really are. They really are. Flip said, this is a good question. Michael Sam was not a good player. You think if LeBron came out, anybody would hate him? Yes. The answer, Flip, is yes. The answer is yes. If LeBron James, if Michael Jordan, if I don't care who it is, pick somebody. Pick a heroic soldier. Pick whoever. There is a subset of this society that exists, and this is the reason why Carl Nassib has to do what he did. There is a subset of society that no matter who you are, what you've done, or what you've accomplished, they will judge you based on solely on your sexuality, and that's it. They exist. Fact. So yes, I think if LeBron James came out, he would be hated. Not by everybody, but there is a subset of this population with a big voice, with a powerful voice, that would hate his guts and let everybody know it. And those are the people that we need to get rid of when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to race, when it comes to religion, when it comes to gender. Pretty sad. All right, we got to take a break. On the other side, hopefully my buddy Kristopher Hart's going to join us at some point, but I still want to talk NBA. We still need to talk about, listen, I'm going to tell you, there's a player on the Phoenix Suns that I'm impressed with, and it ain't Devin Booker. We need to talk about that. We need to talk about Paul George. We need to talk about the fact that I'm tired of the media making a big deal out of missing CP3. There's another side to that equation that they don't even talk about. All right, so we're going to get to all that and more right after this break. Now, I worked with a really funny dude in Little Rock this weekend, so I grabbed some of his comedy clips. I want you to watch those. And when we do, we'll sit on the corner and do some dope right after that. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. 5-minute break. I'm going to go pee-pee. You go pee-pee, smoke a cigarette, poop, whatever it is you do for this 5 minutes. I'll see you back right after this. This is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Stick around through this break, please.
Drinking, yes. Sweet, man. I wish I could drink more. I can't. When I used to drink vodka Red Bull. I don't know what I was thinking there. It's like I want to be awake when I pass out. just can't drink much. I have friends who can drink like a 12-pack and be fine. I get drunk just eating beer-battered fish and chips. It's too much, man. I used to like playing beer pong too. Right? Does anyone do that? That's the most backwards game in the world, right? Like, what happens if you lose beer pong? You're like, now I get to drink free beer. If you win at beer pong, who cares? It doesn't mean anything. Guys, let's be honest, women don't care at all if you're good at beer pong. No girl's ever seen a guy throw a beer pong ball and be like, oh my God, did you see that arc? I bet he's as dirty as those cups are. Such a dirty game. It gets worse too, the more drunk you get. You're just like, oh, ball rolled in cat litter. It's all right, I dipped it in water. Give it a little beer pong ball baptism. Good to go.
I got your bitch sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. They are to be ashamed. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Look at here. There you go. They're out here sharing marijuana. Look at here. There you go. The same old nasty ass people from last week. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Corner doing dope. 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 Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Look at here. There you go. They're out here sharing marijuana. Look at here. There you go. The same old nasty ass people from last week. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Goddamn right, bitch. Corner doing dope. 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 Corner doing dope.
Hey, welcome back to hour number 2 of Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for sticking around through the break. Those of you that did, those of you that didn't can go fuck yourself. Sorry, I'm coughing. But oh, look at Matt Poche said, just in, Carl Nassib's jersey has been the top selling the last 2 days. Oh, that's dope. Very cool. Hey, listen, before we get into the rest of the show and talk NBA basketball and maybe some Astros, what is the pay rate for Spencer and Oliver? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't understand. What's up, Scott Hanzo? Welcome to the show, Playboy. Where to go? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Move that back down here. Before we go any further, Fridays, as you guys know, normally I update you on our latest Patreon members. Well, I wasn't here, so I got to do it now. And we are up to 117 supporters. I think we were at like 130s at one point. Well, we are down to 117 because people get sick of my shit or something. I don't know. By the way, we have 4 thumbs down If you meant a thumbs down because we talked about Carl Nassib, great. If you accidentally thumbs down it, hey, flip that thumbs down upside down. Otherwise, if you just did it because you're mad because we talked about gay people, well, then just take that thumb and shove it up your stupid ass. All right. Yeah. That's how that goes. Anyways, here's your Patreon newest members. Welcome back to some of these members. Luis Zelaya joined back as a huge deckhead. Clarence Marshall joined back as a huge deckhead. And welcome to Christy, who joined as a huge deckhead. Actually, I got these wrong. Christy joined as a big deckhead, but it doesn't matter because she's still a huge deckhead in my heart. We are up to 117 on the Patreon. If you haven't joined the Patreon, it's really simple. Go to patreon.com/Barry on Deck to sign up, support myself as an independent creator, support the show, support what we do in the community, all that and more. You get a lot of cool stuff. I swear I need to update this slide, Jen. But basically, there are two tiers that you can join. You can join the big deckhead tier or the huge deckhead tier. One is 5, one is 10. But you get all kind of cool shit. When you join the big deckhead tier, you get everything that was in the official deckhead tier plus the big deckhead tier. And when you join huge, you get everything on the screen, all that and more. Plus you get the third hour on Fridays, no matter what. It's super simple. Crystal, all you got to do to join, go to patreon.com/Barry on Deck. It's that simple. You join up, you get on the Discord. It's awesome. It's amazing. Maybe the best part about joining the Patreon. Maybe that or the third hour every Friday when we're here. And I still owe you guys a June one-off show. So we'll do that as well, I promise. Maybe we'll do that this weekend. Maybe Saturday night we'll do a 2-hour Barry on Deck. I don't know. But I do owe you that. And we will do it. I still owe you an annual gift. That'll happen in, I believe, July will be the annual gift for everybody. So I got to get on that, Jen. All right, let's get to this NBA shit. Do we get nipple pics? No, you don't get nipple pics, Crystal. No, that's super weird. I mean, I'll give you like a little something through the thing there, but that's it. That's it, Crystal. Yeah, you guys want, that's not on the board right now. That's not on the board. That's not on the board. Hey, if you're new to the station or to the show, make sure you subscribe as well. It's free. Like, it don't cost you. You don't have to join the Patreon. Just subscribe to the YouTubes. Just hit the little subscribe button. Super easy. Not a big deal. Give a thumbs up to the video. All that. All right, let's talk a little NBA. Where'd it go? God damn it. The NBA draft is tonight. There we go. There. I made these fancy things. I'm going to use them. God damn it. Do you hear me? NBA draft lottery is tonight. You guys, I don't think I need to tell you how important this is for a couple of franchises, specifically important for your Houston Rockets, because things could get bad in a hurry for the Rockets. If they don't get a top 4 pick, that means their pick is going to the Thunder. So if they end up with the 5th pick in the draft, which wouldn't be terrible to have the 5th pick in the draft, they're not going to get it. That's going to go to the Thunder because of the previous Russell Westbrook trade. So, Rockets have a 14% chance of getting the first pick in the draft, as do the Pistons and the Magic. So, this is a 3-way tie, basically percentage-wise, for the number 1 pick. They all have the same chances of getting it. Well, the crazy thing is, this is a really crazy scenario. The Thunder have a 11.5% chance of getting the number 1 pick. The Rockets actually have like a 43% chance of getting the number 5 pick, which would mean the Thunder could technically get the 1 and the 5 pick in this year's NBA draft, which would be insane. Because the big names, if you get one of the following, you're in good shape. And these are your top 5. Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, Jalen Suggs, Jalen Green, and Jonathan Kuminga. You get one of those cats, and you're doing pretty well. They were talking about Cade Cunningham today on, what's it called? On ESPN, on SportsCenter. And one guy, I don't remember who it was, but one of the talking heads on there said he was somewhere between Chris Middleton and Luka Doncic. I don't know if you believe that or not, But I'm just going to tell you that that's who they project a guy like Cade Cunningham to be. So we'll see how that goes. I think the interesting thing is they say he can play 1 through 4. He can play any position 1 through 4 on the court, offensively and defensively. I don't know enough about these cats. I don't watch college basketball. What I do know is this. If you're telling me he's a 1 through 4, let's just assume the Rockets get the first pick in the draft. You got to take Cade Cunningham. What do you do with Christian Wood? Because he's a 4. Now you got 2 4s. Are you not running a 5? Are you moving Wood to the 5 where he's out of position? Do you trade him? Do you trade the number 1 pick? What do you do? I think that that's a good problem to have, but I certainly think it's something that they have to consider. I know you're going to be like, you grab Cunningham, you figure it out, Twin Towers, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I don't think there's a lot of offenses out there running with 2 4s that are almost identical in the way that they play. Although I don't think Christian Wood could run the 1, but Cade Cunningham could certainly be moved. So maybe you move him to the 3. I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe you go, all right, we're going to rock with Wood as our 4, Cunningham as our 3. You've got Jayshawn Tate. You've got, what's his name? So you feel pretty good about yourself except at the 5 spot. We'll see. But that's your top 5 picks. And this was your probabilities for the top 5 picks. It's not a done deal that the Rockets get the number 1 pick. It's not the done deal. So Cade is a 3. All right. Well, they said he was a 4. Cade can't play a 4. Well, I'm just telling you, I'm just trying to catch up on the chat here. I'm just telling you what they said. He was a 1 through a 4. If he plays the 3, good for them. He's 6'8". He's 6'8". That's a big ass 3 at 6'8". That is a big 3. So, all right. So that's your NBA draft. That's going to be, I think it's at 7:00 tonight. Yeah, I want to say it's at 7:00. Yeah, 7:30. 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central on ESPN. And don't forget tonight on ESPN, Suns Clippers game 2. Suns up 1-0. I got to tell you, I have opinions about this game. I did manage to watch game 1, which I wasn't able to do before. A couple of things about the media that's kind of driving me nuts about this Suns Clippers series. All you heard about in game 1, before, during, and after, was how the Suns were without CP3 because of the protocol. Oh my God, Suns don't have CP3. Suns don't have CP3. Suns don't have CP3. CP3. Clippers were without Kawhi Leonard and probably will be for potentially the remainder of the series unless there's been an update that I hadn't seen yet. That's a big deal too. So on the one hand, you could say, yeah, both of them are missing their superstar. And both of these, I won't say the secondary because I don't think I would call Devin Booker a secondary. But Paul George stepped up. Devin Booker stepped up in their absence of the other star on their respective team. And both of them played well. And Paul George has been playing really well the last 3 or 4 games. So let's give credit to Paul George for just stepping up and being playoff P. He's knocking down his shots. He's staying within the game. He's staying within himself. And you kind of felt bad for him a little bit because so many people were dogging Paul George for the way he played. And as soon as they lose Kawhi Leonard, he steps up in a major way. I mean, dude cannot miss as of late. It's pretty wild. Yeah, well, it says Suns are just fine without CP3. Well, I think you got to get good guard play, obviously. And he can still be a leader from the bench, but he's not allowed to be there because of the protocol. Here's the thing, though. There is one guy in particular that watching that game, part-time P, one guy in particular, not Devin Booker, not Paul George, but when I watched game 1 of this Suns Clippers series, I was actually pretty impressed with DeAndre Ayton. So they had him mic'd up. They had him mic'd up and they were following him around, but it wasn't even the fact that he was mic'd up. It wasn't the fact that he was on the TV in that way. If you watched the way that he played, if you watched the way that he got after it defensively, some of the open looks, some of the ways that he kind of fit into the flow of the offense, I was really impressed with the way he played. I'm not saying dude's a superstar. He played a lot better than I thought he was and would be. But defensively, he gets after it. There was one play in particular where ball went through him, and rather than taking a silly shot or setting a screen and maybe mess, he found an open guy in the corner. I was impressed. I was impressed with how well he fit into the offense and really made a difference. Now, his box score from the game, 37 minutes, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. To me, it was a quiet 20 points. But I think more than anything, it was the fact that the way he fit into the offense without getting into Devin Booker's way, the way he fits without getting in the way of CP3, the way he fit into their system and their scheme offensively, defensively, pretty damn impressive. So do yourself a favor if you're looking for a story. I don't know why my chest is itching so much. Do yourself a favor tonight. Keep an eye on Ayton and just watch. Now, he may have a bad game and make me look stupid for the night. But I'm telling you, if you went back and rewatched that game, in particular, just game 1 of this series, it may open your eyes a little bit if you hadn't been paying attention to DeAndre Ayton. And I thought Cameron Payne did a good job filling in for CP3. I thought he stayed within himself as well. And that's really important on this Suns team. Is you got a guy like Devin Booker, who I'm not going to be Stephen A. Smith and compare him to Kobe Bryant. I think that's absolutely ridiculous right now. Ridiculous. Somebody said that Devin Booker was the 3rd best scorer in the league behind Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, completely nullifying the fact that James Harden still exists. But Devin Booker is certainly making a name for himself. He's definitely up there, but I'm not prepared to catapult him to that level yet. Could he be one day? I think he has the skill set. Yeah, I think he has the skill set. I just don't know, I don't think he's there yet. And of course, Stephen A is going to say shit for clicks. And I think Magic was agreeing with him. And it was like, okay. I mean, he balled out. The crazy thing about watching Devin Booker play, the crazy thing was, the mid-range game is back, baby. That was the weird thing about it, right? We've become accustomed to, especially living here in Houston and watching the Rockets of old. All we hear about in this city is, the 3-and-D, baby, 3-and-D. That's what this league is now. It's 3-point shots and playing good defense. Mid-range games, you get fined in kangaroo court if you shoot a mid-range shot. Only CP3 was grandfathered for a mid-range shot. Remember that? That was here in Houston. And now all of a sudden on a national stage, we watch Devin Booker absolutely just not destroy, but absolutely handle the Clippers and the entire game and just put this team on his back and carry them to a victory with a mid-range game. Use your words, Barry. Proving that, look, you can win in the NBA with a mid-range game. It absolutely can happen. So, pretty impressed by the Suns. I would love nothing more than to see Trae Young and Devin Booker go back and forth in the finals. That would be a lot of fun for me. I think it would be kind of interesting to see CP3 and Trae Young play each other as well. That's what I'm hoping for. I mean, I don't know that that'll be the case. I don't count the Clippers out. I mean, we kind of counted them out of the series prior to this against Dallas. But they ain't done yet. There's a long way to go. They got a long way to go. Joe Pro said, wait, Stephen A had a dumb hot take? Color me unsurprised. Yeah. Walt said the finals are going to be boring. I mean, you could have told me that you would have thought Phoenix and LA, the Clippers, would have been boring, but did you watch this game? White Magic, did you watch this game? That was not a boring game at all. At all. So, I'm actually super intrigued by I'm super intrigued by this. I just noticed Barry's shirt. Yeah. It's bad teeth season, baby. Bad teeth season. All up in this biatch. Suns and Hawks would be must-see TV. Yeah, I'm in it, man. I would definitely be in it. Your schedule shapes up like this. So tonight, you got LA at Phoenix. Wednesday, you got Atlanta at Milwaukee. And then Thursday, Phoenix at LA. Friday, Atlanta at Milwaukee. So there you go. Unfortunately, I think Milwaukee probably beats the Hawks. But I could definitely see. I mean, listen. It has been an improbable run for the Atlanta Hawks. And it would not surprise me if they advance to the finals. I just don't think they will. I just don't think they will. I think the most obvious is Clippers Bucks, but I think this could be Suns Bucks in the finals. I think of the 4 teams though, Hawks are probably the least likely to make the finals. Just my thoughts. Katie said CP3 guarding Young would not go in the way you would think. Oh no, I don't think it would go great for CP3 at all. I don't believe that at all. The thing that I would want to see by that is young guy versus vet. And you know how nasty CP3 is. You know how we all know CP3 likes to cheap shot. We all know CP3 likes to play a little dirty ball. I would love to see that against Trae Young, see how Trae Young handles it, see how CP3 handles getting absolutely taken to the woodshed, especially driving to the bucket with Trae Young. Because there's no way CP3 stops that drive. No way. No way at all. Perry said paper clips ain't beating the Suns. Okay, fair enough. I'll take your word for it. Hey, you know what you got to take my word for? We're about to get fancy as shit up in this piece because joining me on the show right now, the fancy man himself, Kristopher Hart is in the building. Mr. Hart, how are you, buddy?
Hey, what's up, buddy? Thanks for having me back on the show this week.
It's good to have you here. I think your microphone's not working.
Oh, stand by.
Oh no! Oh, maybe it is. It sounded very like echoey or something. You good?
All right, hold on.
Oh.
All right, what about now?
Nope.
Oh. What about now?
Nope. I think we're Mark G is in the building. Who else?
Hold on.
No, you're good. Take your time. I'm gonna flip you off here. Not like flip you off, but I'm gonna take you off the screen. You readjust, then we'll get it. Don't spit on it. Don't spit on it. That's not how that works at all. That's disgusting, TDP.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let's see. Let me add you back in. Yeah, but the mic's not working still.
Still.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean you can hear me but you can't hear?
I try to drop and come back and re-add your microphone. Like, you know what I'm saying?
All right,
drop out and re-add. Yeah, and we'll get it back. No big deal. That's super easy. Yeah, just drop and then join back, and then we'll do that. A lot of you said you were saving your drink for Kristopher Hart, so you should do that. Let's see. Where did the elephant go? I don't know. That's a good question. I didn't mean he sounds like shit. Let's see. Man, if the Bucks in the finals, I'm not listening to 97.5 for 6 months. Is that because of Joel Crystal? Let that man have his moment, okay? He's going through Aaron Rodgers bullshit. Let that man have his moment, all right? Donna said, hey, Kristopher, I loved your Father's Day Instagram story. Wasn't that dope as shit? As soon as he gets back on, I want to talk to him about that. I want to talk to him about it. Here he is joining us on the program right now, Kristopher Hart.
Mic check.
Oh, yeah, baby. So much better.
I don't know what happened, buddy.
Very nice. I like. No, that sounds great. That's much better. You maybe just accidentally chose the wrong one, but didn't know.
Sure.
It happens.
Sure. Yeah, these goddamn mics. So listen, all right, what's going on? So I can't see the comments anymore. So anything said to me in the last few minutes, I apologize, guys.
You can't see them? Why?
Well, it says no comments on the screen. There it goes. I see notes.
Oh.
Notes
Yeah.
notes.
You'll have to get the ones as they pop up. But everybody was just saying welcome. Everybody was just saying welcome.
Awesome.
Did you have a good
Thanks for having
Father's
me.
Day, Mr. Hart?
Listen, I had a great Father's Day. We actually shot a very emotional video that we posted. And I thought it was very sweet, but it was just kind of a shout out to anyone who plays the role of father, including my mother, who was my father growing up. I didn't have one.
Now, you say you didn't have one. If you don't mind me asking, did he leave? Did he pass? Did you just didn't know him? She left him? Is it something you would share with the people? Because I, too, was raised by a single mom. My parents got divorced when I was 6, and my dad, I saw him on occasion, but I actually stopped seeing him for a very long time because he was an alcoholic, and I didn't want to be around a guy that drank too much. And then I turned into him. But otherwise, it's fine.
So I've got the funny answer, which is also true.
Okay.
And then the answer that's going to save my mom a little public embarrassment. But
Okay.
So growing up, I didn't know who my dad was, and I was told it was definitely this one blonde-haired guy. Blonde hair. I got blonde hair. I actually found him when I was 19, and
nice.
he was in my life for about 10 years, and then we found out it wasn't him; it was someone else.
What the fuck? How does that work?
Yeah, kind of it's actually a better story, right? So the guy that I thought it was apparently, he looked like if 1985 was a person, right? He had jeans.
He looked like the Super Bowl shuffle. He looked like the bear. No, that was 86. That's my bad. Go ahead.
He had cut off jeans and long Fabio blonde hair
nice.
And muscles. I'll show you the picture one day.
Definitely not your dad.
Yeah, definitely not my dad. Yeah, that's
good
the part
head of hair and muscles. Yeah, definitely not. Stepdad.
So apparently they met at a Skillets, and
Skillets.
and romance was in the air, as they say.
They fell in love over some jalapeno poppers, and then they had you.
Yeah, so it turns out it wasn't him. It was a guy she was dating named Scott. And I actually tracked him down about right before the pandemic. I tracked him down, reached out to him, found out I have 2 sisters.
Nice.
And I thought, this is how I thought it would go. I picked up the phone. I was like, do you know who I am? Like, you want to Google me for a minute? Like, I don't need child support. I'm doing good.
I'm fine.
I got a wife and kids. I've got a couple businesses. I'm very, very successful. Happy. I don't want child support. He wanted nothing to do with me. And part of me makes me think the only thing that makes sense to me, he did tell me that he was afraid of what his daughters would think of him and what his wife would think of him. And one of the daughters, I'm not sure, but she's about the same age as me. So it makes me wonder if back in 1986
he was messing around.
He was messing around. So that's the only thing. So I know this is going to sound shitty, but I was really hoping COVID would take one of them out, either him or his wife, so I could just go. I want to get to know my daughter or my sisters, right? I want to meet my.
So you didn't reach out to them?
I don't want to cause any family. I really want to, like really, really bad.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not trying to turn this into a counseling session, Mr. Hart, but I think you have to think about this. As much as you want to meet them, don't you think that they would want to meet you too?
Well,
and the transgressions of y'all's dad has nothing to do with your potential relationship and gaining 2 sisters. That's his cross to bear, not yours.
I agree. My initial thought was, okay, fine. He doesn't have to have anything to do with me. So he lives in Big Bear, California. He has his own business. That's how it was so easy to track him down.
Yeah. I
found his brother lives a mile from me this whole time.
Really?
He lives in Deer Park.
Wow.
I showed up to his house one morning, had some coffee, and I just kind of, I said, hey, I just would like to know for sure, like a DNA test or something.
Right. That's what Cece is saying in the chat. She said, do the ancestry DNA and let the matches tell them. Because they'll get a notice.
If your ancestor, that's actually how we found out the other guy was not my father. We were at Thanksgiving one day before my son's birthday, and he's talking about how he did Ancestry.com and found out he was 7% Sub-Saharan African. Okay. And I was like,
wait a minute.
Hold on.
I'm 7% loose leaf notebook paper. I'm so light.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking and I don't see any Sub-Saharan African here.
I might have some Asian in me, but definitely no African. Okay.
So he So we found out, and so I had done Ancestry.com back in 2010, and so you can search for someone, and it'll tell you if there's a match, and it actually says like, don't take this as a paternity test. That's not what this is for.
Right.
But he took it as a paternity test, and he was like, "All right, I'm out." Like,
not me.
I said, I was like, let's just test. Like, let's just find out for sure. So,
Yeah.
I really want to meet them. One sister is in New Zealand. The other one, I assume, is in California, and I know that they exist, but I've never reached out to them because I don't want to. I'm kind of afraid to. I reached out to him and he rejected me. I reached out to my uncle and he kind of washed his hands of the whole thing. So I don't know how we got on this subject, but
Well, look, you told your embarrassing story. You want me to tell mine?
You wonder how I got into whiskey? Here we go.
So I'll tell you my embarrassing story. I had to stop talking to my dad and stepmom and half sister. I have a half sister from them because I did the DNA, like whatever, 23andMe or Ancestry.com, whatever one it is, right? But then I turned everything on privacy mode. So no one could see my results but me. So my dad does the DNA test. My parents got divorced when I was 6 years old. My dad does the DNA test, and it finds my half sister, it finds my sister, but it doesn't find me. And so my stepmom, sister, start questioning, maybe he's not your son. So they all think I'm a bastard. That's not like he's not my dad. And they won't, but nobody says anything to me until one day my half sister gets drunk and is like, didn't you do Ancestry? I was like, yeah. She was like, well, we don't think you're dad's kid. I was like, you all are fucking lunatics. I have it on privacy mode and that whole half of the family can go fuck themselves. Like, what?
This is, can I say something?
I was so mad. Like, what? Sorry.
No.
That was a weird thing in our family. Like, I swear to God, I didn't talk to anybody for almost a year. Over a year.
So here's the thing. And this is what, okay. Can I say this in a way that it comes from a place of love?
Oh, you're not going to upset me in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Trust me.
All right.
Unless you tell me you're my dad.
No. So that's why I'm here today, Barry.
Barry, I fucked your mom. What?
No. So in my mind, going through what I've seen or, what I've experienced, I would have had the same thought and it wouldn't have been full of malice because, again, the fault wouldn't have been on you. It would have been on the fault of your mother if she was guilty of something. But I wouldn't have let it anger me as much as the idea of my mother cheating on my father would anger me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but she didn't. That was the thing. Like, what proof did you have other than you don't know how to fucking work technology? Like, that was
sure.
You're basically implying my mother, who is a saint. Yeah, that wasn't okay.
Yeah, no, I get it. Okay. I get it. I get it. Well, my mother, one of the two candidates, she had a fling with in a skillet's bathroom. So I think your mother's doing just fine. I think you're. Listen, man. I think your family is a-okay.
That's outstanding. D-Mata's telling you to call the siblings. D-Mata's telling you to call the siblings.
But see, I'd have to reach out through Facebook. I found their profiles. He blocked me, right? Like I found him.
Wow.
I reached out to him.
What a dick.
I reached out to him and he called me. I said, look, I don't want anything from you. I just want to get to know you. Take a couple of days, process this and call me back. He called me a couple of days later. I missed the phone call because I was in a meeting. I pulled up the, and just for the record, my mom is also a saint. She's amazing. The 80s were wild. Cut her a break. But when I missed his phone call, I went to Facebook messages and I couldn't see him anymore. And I was like, so I called him.
That sucks.
And he goes, listen, man, I'm a firm believer that the people who raise you as your parents or your family. And I didn't raise you.
How convenient. How convenient.
Yeah.
Dick face dad.
And now I'm hey, listen, it all worked out for the best. I drink for a living. And
yes, and you are very
started
successful.
Off as a hobby.
You'd be surprised what drives you. Did you buy anything for Amazon Prime Day? I bought a
I bought a
little thing for the set back here, and what else? And a ring light. What'd you get?
So I ordered a little early.
I'm so sorry.
You
It's so
son of a
fucked
bitch.
up.
You son of a bitch.
Here's Sunday. I couldn't get overnight shipping. I'm sorry.
So,
that was a dick thing to say.
I ordered something a little early. I didn't realize today was Amazon Prime Day, but this literally came in today on Amazon Prime Day, and that is this book. It's called
Drunk.
It's called Drunk.
The autobiography of Kristopher Hart.
It says How We Sipped, Danced, and Stumbled Our Way into Civilization. This is a fantastic book that discusses how alcohol became such a big part of society, going back about 7,000 years. Yeah, I mean, for many, many years ago, the idea that we're distilling liquid into a high-proof alcohol is fairly new to us.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of comparison to evolutionary cheats like masturbation, right? Like masturbating is an evolutionary cheat code. Like we aren't, orgasms are supposed to be this thing you earn through driving the spread of civilization, like having kids and procreating. We figured out a way to achieve that reward system through manipulation, right? We're really, really good at it. And this
I have
book,
so much.
you have so much to say. This book discusses all of the ways. I keep trying to figure out where my camera's at.
That's okay. It's always the opposite of what you think. Just remember that. It's always the opposite. Like if I was going to point at you, my inclination would be to point this way because you're on that side of me. You're over there. You're
you're on my camera. You're right here.
So it's always the opposite. So if you're getting ready to point, just know it's the opposite. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, so the book is a really fascinating read. It's on Audible if you want to do it the
I don't
cheating
read.
way.
I've always said reading is for stupids. I don't really read. I'm not a reader. I'm a listener. I'm a good listener. I can listen well and
it's a great Audible. I'm sure it's on. I know it's on Audible for a fact. He did Rogan's podcast a couple of weeks ago. Someone was like, "Hey man, I saw this guy talking about whiskey and how alcohol became a big part of our lives." And I went and bought the book. I'm almost done with it. It's tremendous. I mean, literally, I can't suggest it enough. So it's just a book that discovers how we got to where the point that we are with something that's perceivably dangerous, right? Like we always treat alcohol like it's the end of the world. It destroys families, blah, blah, blah. And it does. There's a lot of that. But it also, one of the key aspects of our entire governing bodies, the treaties between wars and conflicts between nations, is always getting together for food and drink and masturbating.
And I was like, listen, if we won't invade you, but you got to jerk me off. So instead it's, hey, send over a bottle of wine, right? Let's send over a barrel of our finest and tell them we're sorry. And we'll call it truce.
Speaking of barrel of our finest, I've got an update for you. You want to talk about it?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we're ready. We're ready for you.
Oh shit! Already?
Now all we're waiting on is Barry to pick his people.
Oh my god!
4 to 5 people, and however you want to go about doing that. What we're gonna do is in the next couple of weeks, we could do it as early as 2 weeks from now.
Okay.
We'll do it on a Saturday.
Tell the people that don't know, that are maybe tuning in late or weren't here for last week's Two Fancy Guys. Tell the people what you're talking about.
This is why you're so good at this. So we discussed last week the idea of rolling out a Prideful Goat barrel program. Now, for those who are fans of the Prideful Goat, we released a couple of 15-year-old releases that were small batch blends of 4 to 6 barrels, and those sold out in a couple days. And we've just purchased about 100. Christopher, I'm going to answer that question in a second.
Yep, sure. I've saved it for you. I got you.
Yeah.
I don't worry. I scan while you talk. I know. I'm goddamn professional, Mr. Hart.
Yeah, you are. You're so good.
You just talk. So good. I got this, buddy.
Side note, right before I went on, I was like, I got to poop. What do people on the radio do when they have to go to the bathroom? Like, what do you guys do?
Go to commercial. You just be like, well, you know what? Let's go ahead. I don't want to get in that until we get to this other segment. So let's just take a break. Might be an extended break, but we'll get, and then you just you go poop. But you gotta poop fast. You gotta poop fast.
No, it's an
or
endeavor.
Hold it. Are you not a guy that can hold it? I can hold it.
No. I mean, and this is, man, you always take me down the craziest rabbit holes.
I'm the one that brought up pooping? Is that so? Is that so?
I'm an every 3 to 5 day kind of guy.
Are you?
So when it happens,
3 to 5 times a day guy.
No, I got checked. I'm perfectly healthy. I just one of those guys that's a little, But
I got like a woman. You only poop like twice a month.
When day 5 happens, buddy, it's a
get
class
after
4
it.
emergency. Yeah. So
When
no one
day
talk to
5
me. It's quiet time.
Everyone leave the house. It's gonna be a wild ride. All right. So go back to the story of the.
So we just purchased 100 barrels of 6-year-old 95% rye from Indiana. And for those who don't know, bourbon, the most famous distillery outside of Kentucky is MGP. They are directly responsible for some of the most amazing bourbons out there, including ryes. They're fantastic. We bought 100 barrels of 6-year-old rye. We are looking at launching a nationwide 7-state release of blends of this rye. And we thought, why don't we go through and taste all 100 barrels and hand pick the ones that are literally the cream of the crop and then offer them to a few select accounts. And last week, I had a couple drinks. I'm talking to Barry. I realized how much I love Barry. I love the Deckheads. Why don't we offer Barry? Because I know you've never had this experience. It's a beautiful experience.
Super excited.
Taking the day to just sip and talk and chat and pull liquid directly out of the barrel, taste it and get feelings and notes. And it's one of the most incredible experiences. It's why a lot of people get into whiskey. And I thought, why don't we offer the Deckheads this opportunity? So
now
we need.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We need Barry to figure out the details as to who's participating, but I got everything else lined up.
How many am I allowed to bring? Me plus how many? You tell me.
You plus 5.
Me plus 5. So there will be 6 of us.
I'm participating. That's 7.
Okay. So there will be 7
people.
of us. Okay.
Which is a lot.
It is. Here's what I'm thinking. What are your thoughts? Jen said she's a vodka chick. So she's like, I'd fight my mama for a vodka tasting, but you can have this one. But what are your thoughts on how to do this? My initial thought was a lottery, and all of the money goes to a charity.
Okay. We could do that where we set up like, every $2 or every $5 is one.
Oh no. Yeah. We got to ratchet it up, right? $5 a ticket.
Okay.
Right. Max of $100 or 100 tickets or whatever. You got to set a max. That way people can't just be like, I got $8,000 and whatever. You just set a max. And then everybody buys their tickets and we'll draw you and me. We'll draw on the Tuesday before it happens on Two Fancy Guys. We'll do it live. We'll pick the names live. You like that idea?
That's okay. That sounds good.
Okay. What do you have?
The thing, well, no, I'm with it. I think that makes sense. The thing we have to be careful with is how we market it and what words, because of TABC. We can't necessarily raffle. We have to basically say that this is an opportunity to have a private meeting with Barry and 5 other people or 4 other people.
Gotcha.
But whatever happens at that meeting is all within the realms of whatever happens. But it's that I like that idea. So pick a dollar amount.
So let's do $2 because some people are like, oh, if we got to pay, I'm out. Well, fair enough. But let's do $2. Otherwise, I don't know how to do this fairly. It's not like I can I want to do it for charity, right? Like I want to. Sure. I'm always big on that. We really haven't done anything charitable this year.
All right, hold on. I got an idea.
Okay.
What we could do. If we don't do it that way, we could just add $5 per bottle added to charity. So whatever store we use makes that direct donation and just sends us the receipt proving that they've done, because we've done that before for the Whiskey Social. So what we do is, let's say the bottle cost is $59, right? So now to anyone who wants it, it's now $65. It's $5 more.
Gotcha.
And then $5 of that will go to a charity. So whoever buys the bottle will be directly donated. We could do it that way.
Okay.
I'll let you. We could talk about it off air if you'd like. And
let's figure it out. I want to make sure we follow the rules with TABC. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I want to make sure that we make this fair for all the Deckheads. So maybe a quick call with you and me and Jen.
Sure.
and we can work out the logistics. Like we have to make sure, like when I do giveaways, there has to be if it's a giveaway, there's got to be a way where you don't charge, right? But this is a little bit different. This could be more of a lottery style meet and greet, right? Where we just meet and hang out.
Sure.
And then whatever happens, happens, right? So we'll figure something out.
The distillery has an incredible food truck.
Okay.
The address is 5610 Clinton Drive. How much for a... okay, listen.
Not yet. We'll get there.
You sign it. I'm not signing it.
Why?
I don't know.
You're definitely signing it.
You're
definitely signing it.
I tell you, I'll sign it if you if I can add the words "fuck you" and you can mail it to my dad in California. I'm just kidding. I'm not really bad.
I'm in. I'll drive it out there. You and me. We'll drive it out there, and then what we should do is Photoshop you in a picture with your two sisters and tape it to the bottle. And then he'd think that they know, even though they don't. We just Photoshop.
Yeah. I mean, I keep hoping COVID will make a comeback, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
All right, so
second round, baby. Second round.
Right. Come on, variant D or whatever they're calling it.
I mean, he's obese.
Come on, Delta.
Never mind. It's fine.
All right, so you and me and Jen will get together and discuss. All right.
We have it ready. We can go a mom and pop store. We can go through Specs. We can go through Total Wine. I've already run it by everybody. Everybody's happy.
Dope.
This will be the first ever single barrel selection of the Prideful Goat, and it'll be the new baby. We've been calling it the baby goat because it's 6 years old versus the 15-year-old. But the baby goat rye. It'll be all cask strength, all unfiltered, and it doesn't cost anything to come taste liquid and pick your favorite. I mean, you're talking about a free day of day drinking, even if it's for a couple of bucks for a charity. You're talking Ubering. About it couldn't be cheaper. It couldn't be cheaper.
This is going to be outstanding. And then you're going to follow through. We're going to put the Barry on Deck label or logo on the bottle.
We'll create a little sticker and it'll go right in the bottle.
Boom. And then
Barry on Deck single barrel.
God, I'm pumped about this. You have no idea. All right. So me and Jen, hey, what are you doing Thursday at 10? That's when Jen and I normally have our weekly meeting. Could you pop on to that for 5 or 10 minutes and discuss?
I think I can. Stand by.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Whiskey Social tickets go on sale Thursday at midnight. So perfect. I only have a couple emails I have to send on Thursday. I'm all free. So you let me know 10 a.m. Shoot me a schedule invite, and we will jump on a call. Really, everything is ready to go. Just a matter of who's coming with us.
Got it. Done deal. So you and me and Jen will figure it out this Thursday. Okay. Now, let's talk about... Oh, you never said what you got. You did your book. You didn't purchase anything. You got the book in today, right?
It arrived today, and it's a fantastic book about the history of alcohol and its importance in society.
Now, let's talk for a moment because I've got this link that I'm curious. Actually, you know what? Let's do the comments first. We got to get to these. So Francisco had a couple of these, and Christopher Mina had one as well. Francisco had just made the comment about drinking with the book Drunk that you showed us. He said Madeira. What is that? Mada.
Oh, Madeira is a beautiful fortified wine.
It was a driving force of the American Revolution. At the time, the colonies accounted for 25% of the worldwide consumption of Madeira, and Britain started taxing the hell out of it. Is that in the book?
Yeah, no. I doubt it's in the book. The book has pretty much covered the overall effects of it in society, and then of course the counterbalance of religion and that whole thing. No. But Madeira is such an important part. In fact, the all of our trade agreements, right? Like so, tequila has to be made in Mexico. Champagne has to be made in Champagne. The way that those things are enforced are through trade agreements, right? So if you want to sell something and call it Champagne, it has to come from Champagne, and we basically all handshake agree through international trade agreements. Yeah, Madeira, that trade agreement didn't come into place until about 2006. So here in Houston, Hack Winery is one of the only places grandfathered in that can still call it Madeira, even though it's not made in Madeira.
I've never had. What is Madeira?
It's a fortified wine. It's basically you take wine.
Like Boone's Farm?
Yeah, you take wine. It's usually around 15% alcohol, and then you fortify it. It's basically they turn it into an unstoppable force that you can't harm. You don't. When you open wine, you have to drink it a couple days before it goes bad. Madeira, you can keep it open for a while.
Oh wow,
it's good. I mean, Madeira is extremely resilient. and it's usually around 20%. It's much higher in alcohol. It's so good. It's a nice after dinner drink. Tastes like sweet raisins. Like it's really, really good. Yeah.
Okay. Got to get some of that for the wifey. All right. So Kristopher Mina had a question for you. He said, "Hey Chris, your thoughts on the Whiskey Vault? You ever met those guys?"
Yeah. You want to blow your mind here, Barry. Me and Barry over here trying to get our established followings on YouTube.
Yeah.
These guys have a combined count of around 80 million views.
Jesus. What?
And I know it's at least 600,000 subscribers.
Oh my God.
They have the number one. So they have a main page for their episodes and a review page for reviewing spirits. They have the most massive following on spirits on YouTube in the world. They are based in Austin. Their names are Daniel and Rex. They're great guys. Daniel's a good friend of mine. We smoke cigars together. Eventually, if anyone ever ends up on Rogan to talk spirits, it won't be your boy Chris. It'll definitely be Daniel and Rex. These guys crowdsourced a distillery through their following. Their following. So they receive $30,000 a month in Patreon support. And they go-funded me from their followers enough money to start a distillery in South Austin. And they are fucking killing it.
Wow.
These
That's
guys.
Insane. Yeah, I'm looking at their YouTube now. It's pretty massive. 386,000 subscribers.
Now that's channel 1. There's a second channel. There's the Whiskey.
Okay.
There's the Whiskey Tribe and the Whiskey Vault. It's the same two guys, just two different accounts.
Gotcha. Damn.
And both are about 300, 400,000 followers, 70 million views combined. Living that good life. So you know
them? Is this like a competitive thing? Are you like where you're like, fuck those dudes, and they're like, fuck that guy, or is it not like that at all?
No, not at all. Like I've known them for years. So every year at the Whiskey Social, we always feature. The name of the distillery is called Crowded Barrel. Okay. Crowded Barrel. Yeah. So these guys are so massive that it's why would there be any competition whatsoever? It's just love. Yeah. So we have a Texas whiskey room every year at the Whiskey Social where we feature all the Texas whiskey distilleries. Crowded Barrel is there. They are a great distillery out of Austin. They also run something called the Wizarding Academy. They're the ones who started the whiskey sommelier course.
Okay.
If you Google that, there's a lot of controversy around it.
There you go. What are your thoughts on the whiskey sommelier title that they're giving out?
So here's the thing. The term wine sommelier is only 40 years old. In your mind, you think it's over 100 years old. No, it's 40 fucking years. These wine sommelier, yes, there's a lot of effort that goes into it. Yes, but anyone who starts any certification usually doesn't get any respect until they're 30 or 40 years into it. These guys started whiskey sommelier, which they borrowed the term, but they have the criticism that they received. It was all a buzz in the whiskey world a couple years ago because of the price involved. But
to get the certification.
Yeah, it's a few $1,000s. A couple days you're staying in Austin, but you're living there in Austin for a few days. You're staying on campus. No one was criticizing the curriculum.
It was how to get it.
It was just even calling it that. So in the whiskey world specifically, there's a lot of criticism around anyone claiming to be an expert. Even when I speak at things, I tell people I'm a whiskey educator. Because what are you an expert in? Are you an expert in all things whiskey? No one is. In fact, you have people who are experts in distillation. People are experts in the regulations. People are experts in the history. People who are experts in. So it's really just, what are you a subject matter expert in? I mean, even the most famous master distillers in the world, they don't know. A lot of them don't know shit about regulation. So they'll tell you things like bourbon can only be from Kentucky, and that's bullshit. But this is an expert, and he's saying these things. So there's a lot of cynical thoughts around the term expert with bourbon. So I usually say just whiskey educator. Whiskey sommelier is also going to get some shit. So you just whiskey educator.
Okay.
In fact, every episode of my show, it says it greets the guest, and then it'll say my name, and it just says whiskey competent. Like I'm competent.
Come on. There's so much more than that, especially to those of us that don't know shit.
Yeah.
But I get it. You got to tiptoe around the rest of the communities, right?
You're a comedian, man. You know how many people who, as soon as they do 5 minutes on stage, they change their profile picture to them on stage thinking that they're hot shit. And you're like, come on, dude.
It'd be like somebody doing improv that does just improv. Like, I'm a stand-up comic. No, you're not.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Not the same thing at all. So Francisco, last thing before we bounce. Francisco said, I have some wine certifications. People ask if I'm a sommelier, and I say, I'm just trying to learn all I can. Okay.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, in fact, I have, there's a couple of credible sources. WSET is one, the Wine Spirits Education Trust. It's a well-loved, well-respected certification you can get. And honestly, most people can skip to level 2. And that's where it starts to get really complicated. But yeah, I mean, even people getting like level 1 somm doesn't take much at all. But you can tell people, I'm a sommelier.
Hey, you know what? Before we do bounce, I want to do this because I've got this link. This is the 8 best bourbons to drink in 2021. And I think we got to give the people what they came for.
For sure.
So let's run through this and get your thoughts on it as I put it on the screen. You go with that?
Yeah, I'm good. Let me just go ahead and tell you, I loved doing this last week. So we did this with a different list.
Yes.
It was a great conversation.
Yes.
I'm happy to do it again.
Okay, so here we go. So let's start at the beginning. The best bourbon for sipping in 2021 is Baker's Kentucky Straight Bourbon at Drizzly.
Yeah, so Drizzly is an online app you can order like Uber for whiskey. Yes, absolutely. This is a perfect, underappreciated, underloved spirit. So Beam, who makes Baker's, Booker's, Knob Creek, Basil Hayden's, they make all these things. Jim Beam. They recently changed the packaging for this particular product. The price is right. They do a 7-year, they do a 13-year. It's just absolutely great quintessential bourbon. It's in a perfect spot on this list. Best for sipping. Absolutely agree. No complaints.
Okay. Best cheap bourbon for 2021, Four Roses. And I think we discussed a little bit about this last week.
Yeah, we did.
And this was on your list.
You can't go wrong. I mean, Four Roses makes more money on the small batch than the single barrel, but both are sub $40. You cannot go wrong with a decent, not the brown label Four Roses, that's meant for mixing, but the small batch, the single barrel, and the small batch select, all of those are fantastic offerings. You cannot go wrong.
Okay.
This next one, I'm going to cut you off. Do not fucking buy that shitty bottle. And I mean that with all the love and respect in the world. Yeah.
What is that? Okay, so best American bourbon, you're just disagreeing. It sounds like it's ass. What would you recommend?
Yeah, no, just go back to what we talked about. I'm just not a Few fan. I think we talked about some of the celebrity brands. Few does something with the flaming lips we talked about, I think, last week.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not good. I'm going to be honest with you folks. I love you. Don't buy Few bourbon. They're not there yet.
What would you recommend in its place for the best American bourbon?
So for this about the same price, you can do Wild Turkey, any of their offerings. You can do Heaven Hill, any of their offerings. So Russell's Reserve single barrel. You can do Russell's Reserve Rye, fantastic. Rare breed bourbon. You can do Heaven Hill wise. You can do, which I realize that Pikesville is a rye, but I would rather do that than Few.
Okay. Mark G said, I love Few. Well, you're an idiot, Mark, apparently.
Yeah. All right. Kill yourself.
Best Kentucky bourbon, Woodford Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon at Drizzly.
No, listen, I like Woodford for a lot of reasons. I love their Master Series, but I don't find their standard offering to be that great. Fantastic in a mint julep. They have been okay. So do you know how Campbell's created the cream of mushrooms specifically to sell more green bean casserole for Thanksgiving?
I have heard that story. I always forget it until someone tells me, but yes, I have heard that story.
Woodford Reserve is a blend of not that great bourbon that has pushed the drive for the mint julep, especially during the Kentucky Derby. So what I would suggest in place of Woodford is Old Forester, which there is already some Old Forester in Woodford. It's a blend of two distilleries. But Old Forester is so much better in every possible way.
Okay. That's easy enough. Best for old fashions. Knob Creek, Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
Okay.
Can't go wrong with Knob Creek. Knob Creek is a phenomenal offering, extremely underpriced.
So so we've got Baker's, Four Roses, and Knob Creek are the three so far, based on those.
Yeah,
and that's just for old fashions now. So I mean, Knob Creek, is that not a good sipping whiskey?
It's a great sipping whiskey.
Okay.
They do 120 proof and have one of the best barrel programs in the business.
Okay. Best for beginners, Buffalo Trace.
Well, no one can find Buffalo Trace. It's extremely allocated. So what I would recommend in place of that is Elijah Craig Small Batch.
Okay, and which is the best high proof right below that, but that's not the small batch, but Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is the best high proof.
It's pretty damn good. I will argue, though, that I would much rather have Maker's 46 Private Select, Maker's Mark Private Select, MMPS. Maker's Mark Private Select is the same price as Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, but a bit more richer. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, especially the last couple of years, has been largely very light and hot. It burns too much. It is objectively good, but for that price, I would rather have Maker's Mark Private Select.
Okay. And then the last one, the best top shelf whiskey. Is it?
Get the fuck out of here. That's no, that's way overpriced. It's only, hey, listen, if you're paying more than $100 for 10-year-old Kentucky bourbon, it doesn't matter if it tastes like J-Lo's crotch.
Wait a minute.
It's not worth it. It's $150.
Yes, I would like a J-Lo's crotch and diet, please.
Yeah. Okay. To be clear, if it's J-Lo's crotch, you're drinking it neat. You're not mixing it with Diet Coke.
All right, fair enough. How do you pronounce this? Is this Michters? Michters. Okay.
Like a K.
Okay.
Michters.
Michters. And it's garbage or what?
No. It's fantastic. It really is good, but it's not. It's a way overpriced, and it's putting a
it's
fancy
not the
bottle.
best. Okay, so it's not top shelf. It's good medium. It's good middle of the road bourbon. It's just not top shelf.
To me, it should be $75.
Okay. So what's the best top shelf or one of the, or what, if you were making this article, what would you have listed here? I guess is a better way to put this.
Okay. So if you had to say best top shelf.
Yes.
That's available. Now, to be clear, Michter's makes a lot of great products. I just think that the Michter's 10's overpriced. If I had to pick the best top shelf, let me give you a relative of Michter's 10 year that's better and cheaper.
Okay.
I would argue, and I think anyone in the bourbon world would tell you, that Michter's barrel strength rye, both the toasted and the untoasted, $75 is a perfect product. Right price, right proof, beautifully tasting, hard to come by. Everybody loves it. And it's appropriately priced. It's specifically the Michter's 10 that I think is a bit of a, how do I put this politely, gang rape.
Jesus. Wow. That took a turn. Holy shit.
It's just so high proof. I mean, it's so overpriced. High proof. I got thinking about the image I just put out there and it threw my words up.
Well, okay, there you go. Avoid getting the big G rape. Jesus, what just happened? Hey, how can the people follow you, Mr. Hart?
Listen, guys, thanks for having me again.
Yes,
I hope to come back next week.
Of course, you will always.
After that. You guys can check it out. The show's Whiskey Neat on ESPN here in Houston on 97.5. Airs every weekend, of course. Every Friday, we see a brand new episode on all your podcasting platforms, YouTube live video. Comic-Con's coming to town. We will be there in about a month and hopefully sitting down with some pretty big names and having a few drinks with some celebrities that could probably use a drink after the past year.
Yeah.
So thank you all for having me. We're going to figure out what's happening this week, and we will get the very first Prideful Goat single barrel out to the Barry on Deck heads. You guys are the best, and I appreciate you.
So pumped about it. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to commit to getting you a fancy background, something that's not just plain black. We're going to have to spice up this segment a little bit. Because see, I have one for Jerome. I have this. That's Jerome. So I need to get you something like that. I need to, but see, it's got your name on there. We gotta get fancy with it. Okay, we gotta get fancy with it.
I got a suggestion. I'm throwing it out there.
Send me your logo.
Wood staves, right?
Ooh.
So we use for our Zoom interviews, and I like the idea of the wood grain.
Do you have anything that moves?
Yeah, I don't know. I could talk to Jack.
Let's find something. Yeah, let's find something. You guys, that is Kristopher Hart. Whiskey Neat is the show. Follow him on socials. Watch the show. Don't be dicks. Mr. Hart, I appreciate you, buddy. We'll talk to you Thursday morning with Jen.
Talk to you soon, buddy.
All right. That is Kristopher Hart as usual. And that is another episode of the show. A little overtime. You bitches were complaining because it started late. 4:05. You started at 2:05. Well, it's 4:07. I don't hear you telling me, 2 extra minutes. You guys could just suck it. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for watching the show. As always, Barry on Deck brought to you by the AP Law Group. If you have been injured in an accident, please make sure you call them 713-913-GO-AP. I didn't do any reads today, but that's okay. We'll get them in tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, it's a Whisker Wednesday. Stick around for that. It's good to be back. Boy, I miss doing this show. I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. Until tomorrow, when we'll do it all again. Be safe. Be kind. And most important, love each other. See y'all tomorrow. Daddy's making a YouTube video!